Welcome back. We're now joined live in studio by a College of the Canyon student looking to make history in the upcoming City Council elections. Harrison Katz joins our Liana Willett. Liana?
Thanks, Jason. I'm here with Harrison Katz, a candidate for the Santa Clarita City Council and a student at College of the Canyons. Thank you for coming out tonight and joining us. So you are the youngest candidate running in Santa Clarita. Tell us, when did you first become interested in politics?
I've actually been interested in politics as long as I can remember. Some of my earliest memories are with me and my dad staying up, watching election returns coming in when I was in 5th and 6th grade, 2000 with the Gore incident and things like that. I come from a long line of politically active people, and I think it's every American's duty to at least be educated about local elections.
That's great. And I see you've taken your interest in politics with you as a student to COC. Can you tell us about your efforts on campus?
Yes, I was actually the founding president of the COC Political Science Club. It was a nonpartisan club. We used to focus on, well, we still do focus on voter education. We had a lot of fun, discussions about the 2008 election. We had, both sides, a lot of debates and things like that, and we focused a lot on voter education and voter outreach, really.
Great, and you're also active in the city and a member on the Santa Clarita Community Development Corporation. What is your role there?
Well, the Santa Clarita Community Development Corporation is a nonprofit, so it's not directly involved with the city, but it is involved in the community. It's a nonprofit out here that runs the homeless shelter in Santa Clarita and in Solmar. I am a committee member on the fundraising and awareness committee, and we focus on raising money for them so that we can move it to a year-round shelter. If you guys want to learn more, you can go to harrisonforsantaclarita.com. I have a link to their website. You can donate money or even volunteer. It's a lot of fun.
So great. And now, most recently, you're running for a city council position. So why is it that you're running?
Well, that's a good question. I get that a lot. And it's a pretty easy answer. Nearly 40% of Santa Clarita is under the age of 25. We deserve a voice. We deserve to be able to be heard. We deserve a seat at the table. These issues affect us just as much as anyone else, and we are going to be inheriting this valley. So I think that it's important that we have our say.
That's so great. And so you are the youngest person running for city council, and do people believe you and take you seriously when you introduce yourself as a candidate?
I think that it can go both ways, but often people, when they first hear a 19-year-old running, they think it's a joke or anything like that. But it also makes for an interesting story, so they might be willing to give me a second look or at least a few more minutes of their time. And when they get to know me and realize we're running a very serious campaign, I think that they are more likely to come on board and support our candidacy.
Really great. And if you get elected, what are some of your plans to better improve Santa Clarita?
Well, that's a great question. You can go to my website, like I said, harrisonforsantaclarita.com. You can see our platform. We have a number of different issues, but the things that I would like to accomplish in my first term of office, is the completion of the Canyon Country Community Center. We have one in Newhall, and I actually used to box there. Those are the kind of programs that really help keep kids off the streets, away from gangs and things like that. Canyon Country needs one. The majority of the gangs are located in Canyon Country. They need one. I think that we need a stronger ethics code in our city, and I think stronger outreaches to our local colleges. We have 3 of the best colleges in the entire country located right in Santa Clarita City. We have Cal Arts, we have College of the Canyons, and we have Masters. We need to reach out to these college students and make them an asset in the city.
That's great. So speaking of education, what is your view on budget cuts?
Well, I think that I, of course, being a student at COC, feel these budget cuts as much as the next person, and I think it's very unfortunate. If I get elected to city council, we don't have any direct control over the budget, though we do have influence. We are the elected leadership of the city. I think it's important that the city council, stand up to Sacramento, to the legislators, and say enough is enough. You guys need to reach across the aisle and stop balancing the budget on the backs of our students.
Oh, yeah, that's great. And what issues directly affect the youth in Santa Clarita, and how do you think our local government can help to overcome these issues?
Well, that's something we already touched a little bit on, but I think that a number of issues that affect the youth are gangs, drugs and things like that, drunk driving, budget cuts are the big ones, and like I said, it's important that our city government use its influence to reach over to both, Sacramento and Washington and say, you guys need to, you need to solve this problem.
Yeah. And what do you think is the best way for college students to get involved and educate themselves about politics?
Well, I think the most important thing they can do is go out and vote. We need to make our voices heard. I would love for them to vote for me, and I think I'd be a great candidate for them to support, but even more important than them voting for me is them going out and voting. They also need to get educated on the voters. You can go to votesantaclarita.com, and they will teach you all about the different candidates, what we stand for, what our ballot statements are, things like that. It'll also tell you where you can vote. I think that's the most important thing that anyone can do.
That's really great. And I know that voters can cast 3 votes. So will you be using all 3 votes? And if so, how will you be voting? Who will you be voting for?
Well, I actually have co-endorsed Tim Ben Boydston. He's a former city councilman, and I think he will be a great candidate, and I think he's a man of integrity, and I look forward to serving with him on the Santa Clarita City Council. You don't need to use all 3 votes. That's something I'm going to stress. So if you like one candidate or you like 2 candidates, you can feel free just to vote for them. You don't need to use all 3.
Okay, great. And do you have anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think that I talked a lot about the youth, and everyone calls me the youth candidate, and well, I am the youth candidate, but that's not the only thing I'm concerned about. I'm not just the candidate for those under the age of 25. I'm the candidate for those who have a child under the age of 25. I'm a candidate for those who have a grandchild under the age of 25. And my name's Harrison Katz. I'm fighting for my future, and I'm fighting for theirs.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
That was a pleasure
to
be here.
Pleasure. And remember to vote for City Council. You can cast your ballot at your local polling on April 13th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm Liana Willett, and Jason, back to you.